All right, good morning. I wanted to create a tutorial for our advertisement argument. I'm sorry, let me start over. I wanted to create a tutorial for our commercials for the annotated bibliography and the commercial quiz, that analysis quiz number 3 for commercials. All right, so I'm going to hop into it. First of all, we had a whole lot of commercials to choose from. So that was kind of hard narrowing down what commercials do I want to use. I need to go to I don't want to share just yet, discussions list. All right, now I'll share. So it was a little hard to narrow down what, I'm going to close my door real quick. All right, now let's get going. So to begin, you want to hop up. Let's just start in content, actually. So let's start. Let me share this. Let's actually start in content instead of the discussion. So in content, we go to, we're in the annotated bibliography, right? And so we are in week 5 already. Wow, we're in week 5. So we want to look at the Super Bowl tutorial video. That's what we're doing now. And then you have 3 analysis quizzes that, especially number 4 is actually really easy. And so we have 3 analysis quizzes that just help us to understand our sources, right? Hopefully we've got that down so far. And then we have the Super Bowl tutorial video, a source over identity. We want to find a source over identity and do the quizzes. That's all that we have to do. And remember, those quizzes are to help us with the actual annotated bibliography that we're going to write all next week. All right, so we're going to write it all next week. So let's go over to discussions. So you're going to find all the commercials in discussions, right? Super Bowl, I put 2024 and 2025 commercials because we have a really good example from last year. And so I'm just going to continue to use this. All right, so we are preparing for your advertisement argument essay. So, and to do that, we're just finding the sources for it. We're finding the sources for that essay. So it all says, and you can read this, music videos, songs, television shows, they all relate to our identity. They reflect our lives. However, so do commercials, as they typically use or employ real life scenarios to sell their products, right? They incorporate stories and actors and pop culture to convince us to buy their product. That means that commercials often, drives me crazy, commercials often create mini movies and music videos to get us to buy their product, right? So they do this to get us to buy their product. They'll make a music video, or they'll make this little tiny mini 30-second movie to get us to pull us in and to get us to buy their product. Yet actual movies and music videos are a form of art that help us grasp our identity. So we're going to write an essay that looks at commercials that use our identity to buy a product versus a form of art that uses our identity to get us to help us understand our identity. So we're just writing a compare and contrast essay later on in the semester. But right now we're just finding those. Right now we're just finding those sources to use. Right. So you can read the rest of that. I just wanted to read these. So why are we finding a commercial and then a form of entertainment and an academic source? So let's look at my example. It's all the way down at the bottom. It's Swift and Dove example, right? So we click on the Swift and Dove example. Here, let's look at the commercial. So hopefully it moves with this. I'm going to go ahead and stop share and then share again with the commercial because I don't know how well it moves with me. This share screen, Dove commercial. So here's the Dove commercial, and here's the new Dove commercial here. I mean, I liked it, but this one was it's a lot easier to understand here because here the target audience is different. Well, it's kind of the same, but anyway, this one was better. I liked it better from last year. So hopefully you can see this the mini movie that it's creating. We have an actress and we have a scene, we have a setting, we have an emotional appeal, we have a progression of a storyline, right? We have a small story going on here. So everything is the same as if we were watching it in a movie, right? It's all the same as if we were watching it in a movie. So we want to go over to after we just find the commercial. So do these one at a time. So we find our commercial. And then we want to go to so we found what commercial do we want to do. And then we're going to go over to our, make sure I go to it. We're going to go over to our activities and assessments. Okay, I found my commercial and then I'm going to go over to my activities and assessments. Where am I? Where's my Zoom video? Here we are. So let me share my screen with our activities and assessments. There we go. All right, so here's my assessment. Analysis quiz number 3, commercials. So you don't want to find everything at once and get yourself overwhelmed. Let's go to analysis quiz number 3, commercials. And it simply asks, again, I can't see it whenever I'm viewing as a student, so I have to exit out of that. Let me move myself. I no longer want to view as a student. So activities, assessments. So I have to view as an instructor so I can actually see the questions. And then I'll make a place in apparently it's hard to write the last part. Scroll down. It's hard to write the last part, the summary in a written response. So I'll make a place where you can upload it. I just want to make sure that your summaries look like summaries whenever you go to put them in the annotated bibliography. A lot of times, especially Comp 1 students, instead of writing just a summary of what they see and hear and feel, they will write like what they thought about it. And that's not a summary. A summary isn't what we thought about it. A summary is what we see in here. All right. So please write in complete sentences. What commercial did you choose? Here's my example. I chose the 2024 Dove commercial, not just Dove, right? Let's write in complete sentences. So I chose the 2024 Dove commercial. Second one, target audience. The target audience consists of the people who you see in the commercial. If you see young men in the commercial, then typically the target audience is young men. If we see an actor or actress whom an audience would know or like, then typically the fan is the target audience. So if you see apparently Bad Bunny was in the Stay Salty commercial, I didn't even know, and I loved that commercial. But apparently they're using the fans of Bad Bunny for that commercial. All right. If the commercial has many scenes and many audiences, then students will have to choose a scene or audience to discuss. So we don't want to have that everybody, anybody, people. We want to stray from that. And you lose points if you put everybody, anybody, and people, because I'm trying my best to stress that. So a young girl is in the commercial. So young girls are the target audience. However, the audience can also be parents and caregivers of young girls. So that's my target audience. So again, it's very simple. And then a message. What message is the commercial saying? Message. We can watch a commercial and understand it, but when we write a one-sentence message, we begin to see if the commercial is actually illogical. Write a one-sentence message that you see in the commercial. The message is in the Dove commercial is that Dove cares for the mental health of young girls and they want to help them. Simple message, right? Simple message. And then we want to get into the summary. And again, the summary is practice writing a summary of who you see, what you hear, how you feel when watching the commercial, and include answers from numbers 1 through 4. Write in complete sentences with proper grammar and academic word choice. No second person you. So there's the analysis quiz number 3 for commercials. And I'm about to make the analysis quiz number 4 for the song. The song is just like, how do I relate to this song? Summarize the song. Why did I choose this song? You know, it's again an analysis of the song, and I want to make sure that I make it very clear that you do not want to Google the lyrics. Don't Google the lyrics to the song. Don't Google the meaning. You can Google the lyrics, but don't Google the meaning to the song. Always go with what the song means to you. But after you find your commercial, then we want to go ahead and find that song. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this and go back to discussions. I really would rather view as a student whenever I go to discussions because it gets really scary looking. All right, so we're going to go back to our discussions. And so I found my Dove commercial, and then I found my Taylor Swift music video. And I found a Taylor Swift music video, or I should say a lot of other students found a Taylor Swift music video. Come on, get to the ad to get to it. So here's the Taylor Swift music video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Actually, I kind of skipped through part of it. I'm going to stop share and then share YouTube because, again, I don't know how well it moves with me. Right, I don't know how well it moves with me. So here's the Taylor Swift music video and the anti-hero. If you know anything about the Taylor Swift music video, then again, you'll kind of actually kind of like this song. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm sorry, just not. I'm not the target audience, but I like this song. So why would she do this music video? Why would she create this? It's because it's a form of art and it helps her express herself. It helps us understand ourselves, right? So we're going to look into that. We're going to look into, what is the music video saying? What do we like about it? Where do we see ourselves in the video? Where does it help us understand our identity, right? So there's that. The main thing something else that I want to point out here is that something else that I want to point out here is that this is anyway, this is uploaded by Taylor Swift. My commercial was uploaded by Dove, right? We don't want Uncle Joe's top 5 favorite, favorite commercials, right? We don't want the best music videos ever, right? We want the actual artists. We want to try our best to find them. And if you can't, then I will help you. And if you can't, you can still use them. But try your best to find that original source, the person who uploaded that. All right, so I'm going to stop share, but there's my Taylor Swift music video. It relates to mental health. It relates to young girls. They have the same target audience. They have the same message. But again, I don't think the Dove commercial is manipulative. I would write an essay saying that they're not just trying to get us to buy a product, but some people think that they are. Some people think that Dove created this business or created this business model to sell their Dove soap because that they're a business and that's what they do. All right, so let me go to the very last one. The third source that we will find, and again, just 3 or 4 questions that ask us about this, is this social media and mental health. So let me, again, share my screen. So by Friday, we want to be finding the source that goes with it. So by Friday, here's my social media and teen mental health. And I know she's younger than teen, but I wanted to relate to a bigger target audience. So social media and teen mental health, it's right here. I'll make sure that it moved with me. Again, it's hard to know if it moves with me. This is an academic source. So we want to find an academic source. This is a .org, right? This is a .org. So it's an academic source. Social media and teen mental health helps me understand and bring more to my video. So that's what we're doing. It's a long week, so make sure that we get going. I'm going to put this in the announcements. Make sure that we start this now and take it one at a time, one analysis quiz at a time, one source at a time. Turn this heater off. One quiz at a time, one source at a time. We are not writing the essay yet. We are just finding and discovering some sources that relate to one another, that have the same target audience, that have some of the same messages, right? We are taking a non-academic source and an academic source, and we're blending them. We're using an academic source to help us understand non-academic sources and to help us expand ideas in an academic source, excuse me. All right, that's what we're doing. So you guys have some fun with it and let me know if you need some help. And let's see. I'm going to try to set up some Zoom conferences to help students through this also. So if you would like a Zoom conference, my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I try to let students know that I have to treat this class as Tuesday, Thursday, unless I can get a lot of it done like the Thursday before or the weekend before, because my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule is just packed. It's class after class after class. I only have an office hour from 9 to 10 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I even drive to Shawnee High School to teach at the Shawnee High School. So it's just back-to-back classes. So I have to treat this class, my online classes, as a Tuesday, Thursday class. So your tutorials and things like that, they are not top priority on my to-do list first thing Tuesday morning whenever I get here at 8 a.m. I start in on your classes. So if you don't see it on Monday, you just gonna have to wait until before noon on Tuesday. That gives you Tuesday through Saturday to get things done, So I do my best to get it to you, but I just cannot do it on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. All right. Let me know if you need some help. Again, just have some fun with it. Have some fun finding a commercial that has the same target audience as a music video, has the same message as the music video, has the same or TV show or whatever you want to use. Just have some fun with it. All right. Let me know if you need some help.